Hi everyone, it's Linda G. I'm just doing a short video because there's a couple of things I want to look at. First of all, Mitch McConnell. My personal psychic hit is that he's brain dead. Makes total sense that he would be on life support because that age of a man who was in full cardiac arrest and having CPR on his way to the hospital, full CPR, only has a 3% chance of making it. So we're going to take a look at that. And the second thing I want to look at is Platner. Let's check all that out. There's so much to look at here. But like I said, I'm just going to hit these two items. I'll probably do a live this weekend so you guys can ask away. And I still got to get a hold of Annette. I keep forgetting. Damn it. Hold on. So you guys, I put you on pause so I could hurry and call Annette, and I got a date. I believe I just got the date and I wrote it in my book in my room. Uh, the 24th, Friday, the 24th of July, 11 a.m. Pacific. And I'll do a little thing. This with Annette, her and I answer personal questions and we do it live. So I'll set that up later. But the 24th of July. And tomorrow, like I told you, she was just asking me how I'm feeling. I told her I'm feeling good. Um, it's really fun. She has a good time. She really enjoys it. So do I. Okay, so we're going to ask about Mitch McConnell. And then the other one I want to ask about is Platner. I want to know, I believe this woman's telling the truth. I'm going to tell you something. This is off the record, entertainment purposes only. I just get this strong feeling. I'm going to look to see if he steps down. But I'm going to get this strong feeling if he was left on the ballot, he would still beat Susan Collins. But let's check it out. Let's see if he steps down. Let's see if someone else comes in and beats Susan Collins. Okay? All right. So maybe Janet Mills comes back in. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know why I get such stringy bangs. Okay, so Mitch McConnell, God rest his soul, is still alive, but he's on life support. Because let me tell you something. An 80-some-year-old man taken out of his home in full cardiac arrest with full CPR going on has a 3% chance of making it. He didn't make it. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. He did not make it, but he's on life support. And they've decided we got to keep him on life support because we can't, they can't deal with what's coming up. Hold on one second. So, that makes sense because remember when I told you, when I read on him, I told you he was still alive, but he's alive by machine, but he's still alive. That I know. But it was interesting because I picked up his wife in China. So I thought, oh, she probably had to come back from China when all this happened. She was probably visiting her dad. I just thought, oh, okay. But what it was she left for China. I'm sure after she found out he's dead, we're put him on a mechanical machine and that's it. So now, logically, and I'll throw the cards to double check this. Trump hates his wife, because she was the one that resigned because of what he did. She thought it was terrible. And so she fears Trump. I'm going to tell you right now. And Mitch McConnell was hated by Trump, but Trump would leave them alone. I don't know what Mitch McConnell had on him or whatever. But now that Mitch McConnell is no longer alive, she felt afraid for her own life. And that's why she headed. I don't see her coming back to the United States unless to collect the cash from the estate or something. His daughter, who was not in agreement with his plans or his political stands. She was on X and she came off X. She ended it, which tells you something else. So logically, look at that. Without me even throwing my cards. Why would his wife take off to China? If her husband was, struggling to stay alive, he's been in the hospital weeks now. Why would she take off? She took off because he's not with us right now, which means he's in a perpetual darkness. So that's not very cool. But anyway. Okay, so here we go, you guys. I want to know Mitch McConnell. I kept feeling he was still alive, and he is, but he's on a machine. My kids, when my kids were little, they used to say machine. So we always say the words machine, just like we say pancakes. I want some pancakes. Tell me about Mitch McConnell. McConnell. Let's throw Angel of Blind and Mercy. I really see that machine. And that somebody said he talked to him for a good 20 minutes or something. Yeah, he talked to him, but Mitch, he never said Mitch talked back. That guy's a liar. Whoever these Republicans are trying to put on a face that the guy's okay, he's alive and well, and he's not. He's not. His brain is not with us. He's in the universe. He's not with us, but he's in a darkness right now. There's nothing the medical can do for him. Somebody's saying pull the plug, but I don't know if his wife has permission to pull the plug. But I'm seeing that maybe even Mitch knew if something like this happened, he instructed, he went at full CPR, and that maybe there's somebody else in charge because I don't see the wife in charge of pulling the plug. So he's 2 months, 2 days. So hold on 1 second. I want to check something, you guys. I wanted to double check, so I looked it up. And if someone is brain dead and on mechanical support, they can remain that way from anywhere from a few days to weeks. Now, most families wouldn't allow their loved one to be on mechanical support for that long. But it says in some uncommon cases with intensive medical care, which he would do to try to fake he's still alive, he can be sustained for months, although this is rare. So, because what's going to happen is he would get his organs would start to shut down, infections would start. I don't see them being able to do this farce for much longer. I see Trump ecstatic that he's not with us. Okay, so let's just look real quick, okay? This guy, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. And even if he's on mechanical support, they can't do that for that long. I think that guy is lying, whoever that guy is. And he's known to be a liar. And everybody's saying, oh, yes, he's doing better. He's giving his staff directions. Well, let me tell you something. His staff was pretty much ruling the ship because the guy hasn't been right for a long time, just like our poor Nancy Feinstein. Okay, now let me see something. Can you believe she was going to run again? God bless her. So, is it possible? Let's just ask this. Is it possible? I'll only do 3 cards. Is it possible that he'll be gone by the 3rd of August? That's another date for Maine, actually, is what I'm thinking. But will he be gone so we can have no, we're not going to have any voting. I just saw that. I don't even have to complete that. So what's going to happen? I see Bashir assigning someone. Could it be Thomas Massey? Whatever's going to happen, I see the Republicans pitching a fit. You can't do that. Yeah, I can. Is it possible Bashir would take McConnell's place? Yes or no? Just give it to me straight. Yeah, the demons don't want this to happen. Look at this. Justice will be served. Listen, something great's going to happen. If it's not saying Bashir, yes, absolutely yes, but it's pretty close to yes. But it could be somebody will be all happy because the demons are upset. Oh my God. They just told me, my guides just said Trump will even fight about having a full funeral for, body laying in state. She would come back for that. His wife would come back for that. She's afraid of Trump. I saw her running. I saw her afraid of Trump. I also see her, talking to China, maybe like a double agent or something. But that's gone. I never understood why Mitch McConnell never stood up for his wife when Trump started calling her all those names. Okay, so we did Mitch. He's definitely a goner. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. So this is what, July, August, September at the latest. But you still have a couple of months with nobody there. So I don't know who Bashir is going to put in, but Bashir is going to put someone in. Okay, so now let's do, which broke my heart, Platner. First page news. That's one thing about your Dems. They will run with it till and they just like they ran on poor Joe Biden about that woman that said she was assaulted. And you better listen to her. She has a right. She's a woman, ended up she lied. She was a Russian bot. I was on the fence, I'll be honest with you, about this lady. Not that what she's not saying is true, but why wait so long? Right at the 11th hour. But there was a lot of signs with him. He'd been kind of abusive to other women. He said that out loud. This is the weird thing, you guys. I got this hit because I don't really know him, so I'm not pro. I was very upsetting about that Nazi thing on his body tattoo. But he said he was young, and a whole bunch of other guys got it, not realizing what they got. But guys liked him, and Maine has a lot of guys. And so that's why I had that feeling that if he was going to still run or said, I'm just going to let fate happen and I'm just going to go up there, he would still win. But let me double check. But Bernie backed out from him too. I think the guy went in with wanting to do right, but look at that terrible background in Effect Hedgehog, right? He's got a long history. Oh, but he's still king for a day. And we got the Congress or the Senate or whatever asking Hedgehog if he would agree that he won't drink anymore. I mean, what are we doing? This is America. Just take him off the list. So tell me about, is he going to step down? Is Platner going to step down? I just heard yes, damn it. Is Platner going to step down? And when he steps down, you know what she's saying is true. Is Platner going to step down? Oh, by the way, did you hear the judge laid into Blanche and told him, no, that's no excuse. You're going to give us those Epstein files. I want all of it. I want names and numbers. Yeah, they're not going to let it go. He's trying to act. And listen, all the ex-DOJ people are writing to Senate and saying, don't confirm him. Whatever you do, don't. I told you I didn't think he'd get confirmed. So Yeah, he's going to step down. He's going to step down. It's hard for him because he was really on a roll there, and he was looking at it as a second chance. And may I say, you guys, he had some issues with drinking. Even the lady that was assaulted said she could smell the alcohol on him. Um, One thing about her story that bothered me was she said he was trying to kind of, feel her up in the living room or something. And she kept saying no. And then to get away with from him, she moved to the bedroom, which I thought that's the last place I would go. I'd go out the front door or the back door. I would never go in the bedroom. He probably thought she was inviting him. So I'm sorry. That's it. I'm looking at reasonable, but she could have been scared to death, but we'll see. But don't write me with all your how dare you, because I've lived through it. I worked in a hospital where some doctors would just feel your boob just because they could. That's the way it rolled when I was young. It's way better now, thank goodness. Okay, so he will step down. He will step down. This lady isn't going to file charges. So funny how women always feel guilty, even though, she didn't do anything wrong, but they feel guilty because there's not going to be any kind of charges. Now, listen, if he said he was staying, the Republicans would be all over this trying to get her to file charges, even though it's so many years have passed. They would be all over this. But in the meantime, you're convicted felon and a guy that's got to pay millions for an assault is still sitting in office, and you got Hedgehog and all these wackos. Okay, but it's really embarrassing how they go on television and try to size up him when they're just as, and then a lot of them, at least he didn't go for little ones. Jesus Christ. So there will be someone that's coming in that we're going to make us happy. So let's check this out. Again, this is going to be a very short. I want to get just down to the basics. Oh, tomorrow's my echocardiogram. So funny how I could hear the words being spoken to me. Oh, this poor girl, the one that told the truth, she doesn't want any publicity. She's not doing this. That other woman that claimed that Biden assaulted her, that was a total lie and a Russian bot, she wanted the publicity. This lady is just like all kinds of news media are asking for an exclusive. If she does that, you know, I don't know. But I know the Republicans would love for her to go on Fox News. She believed in his what he was for. Who would take the place of Platner? Give me some sort of idea. Now he's the one that has to make the decision by August 3rd, and they'll get someone else in there. Who would take the place of Platner in Maine? Maine's a very pretty state. I've been there. Saw Stephen King's house. Was in Bangor, where husband number two grew up. It's a woman. You don't think it's Janet Mills? It's a woman coming in. Maybe not Janet Mills. It's a woman that might, I don't know what they do about residents, but she might be a recent residence or something. Absolute love for her. People will be happy she's in there. She brings strength. Unless Janet is being presented in the cards like a new beginning. Let's ask it this way. Will Susan Collins win her Senate seat again? Yet again. Oh, yeah, Susan. You know what the weirdest feeling I got? And it could be jealousy on my part. But a sort of hit I got was, you know, Susan Collins. Susan Collins, well, he needs to be looked at. This is the same woman that I've double checked this, and I'm not spreading hearsay. She had an affair with a man, her current husband, whose wife was dying of cancer. And she was married and he was married. So don't give me no hoopla. Susan Collins, are you going to win? She got all kinds of money, but money isn't the key thing here. I always remember that woman that ran against Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown didn't put a dime towards running. He just sat in his state house and said, "Well, if they want me, they'll vote for me." And this other woman spent millions of dollars, and he won by a landslide. Here she is. Look at this. She comes from a different place, or she's coming from a different energy. Um, will Susan Collins win? Nah, upside down. She's judged too much, or she's made bad decisions. She's not riding her horse of success. No, this is a huge disappointment, you guys. Oh, she's going to be upset. Oh, ooh, her cards aren't good. But look at this. Here's Susan Collins. She showed up in the cards. Where's that bitch card? There we go. And then here's the new woman coming in. Because Susan has money. She made a lot of money while she's in there. Let me tell you something. Somebody wrote me too. There's more stuff coming out about even Democrats that are taking money under the table. So pretty soon, these young folks are coming in here. They're not going to put up with it. Hooray for the young folks. Hooray for Bernie Sanders. He got such a hard time, but he was ahead of his time. A lot of people couldn't handle what, health care for all. No, that's too much. We don't want to pay that. Okay. So I say no, she's not going to win. I say no, she's not going to win. But can we I know I said I was going to deal with these two, but let's just take a quick look at Blanche with the Epstein thing. With that reporter, Katie Fang, who's all over him like a cheap suit. And the judge said, no, you've got to fill in the blanks. You've got to show us these things. Oh, it was beautiful. And most of the judicial in all our states and federal say they really have a hard time with the current DOJ. They don't trust them. I wonder why. Because they're lawyers. I can see him. He's not as easy to read as Platner. Mitch McConnell was actually easier to read, but he wants to be the AG. He's not going to get it. It's like he keeps reaching like this. He's not going to get it. And he wants all the people that are voting against him to be surveyed, and he wants to cause them grief. Okay, Blanche, Epstein. What's the 411? You notice we're not hearing about the Ghislaine. He's making money behind scenes too. Trump is for him. Let me tell you what he's got. I don't know. Did I ask Andre or Ness? I don't think I asked them about Blanche. I need to ask them astrologically. It's not good for Blanche. He's not going to get that position. And I see him hanging on to Trump's coat saying, boss, boss, boss. But No, they're getting ready to get rid of Trump. I can see people whispering behind closed doors. Did you see the picture of him with the Turkish guy? And then he's over there wanting to have people help him to take ice, not Iceland, Greenland, or was it even Greenland or Iceland and Canada? He's back on Canada again. I just got back from Canada. Oh my God, those people. Did I tell you guys my ER visit was $1,300? I told my young intern yesterday at my hospital, do you realize my bill was $1,300? And he said, is that good or bad? Duh, dude, where have you been? Hell yeah, that's cheap. Are you kidding me? It'd be 10 G's, the least amount. So, yeah, I paid it right away, but my HMO said just send them the information and they will refund me. But even if I had to pay it, thank God I had a credit card. Okay, so Blanche is not going to make it, you guys. But Trump, everybody says, oh, he looks bad. He looks bad. Yeah, he looks bad, but he's mentally really whacked. Whew, already talking about Canada again. I just see people, and listen, did you see him get off the plane? And I think it was the Turkish guy that was there, was trying to lead him. And he had this look on his face, and you know what? He was upset he didn't get his marching band and tons of flowers and people adoring him. That guy really thinks he's somebody. It's such a shame. He just wanted to be loved, you guys. And then little does he realize when he's gone, man, they're going to rip everything. Any statue, anything will be gone. Okay, you guys. So I'll come back, especially with breaking news if there's something coming up, but I won't be back tomorrow because I have all these appointments, dentist and doctor. And then I might be back. Well, Thursday, I think I'm on with Violetta on Thursday. So anyway, but I'll be back. I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.